Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Not representing or imitating external reality or the objects of nature. A large abstract painting. A sketchy summary of the main points of an argument or theory. Make off with belongings of others. A concept or idea not associated with any specific instance. He loved her only in the abstract, not in person. Consider a concept without thinking of a specific example. Consider abstractly or theoretically. Consider apart from a particular case or instance. Let's abstract away from this particular example. Dealing with a subject in the abstract without practical purpose or intention. Abstract reasoning. Existing only in the mind, separated from embodiment. Abstract words like truth and justice. Give an abstract of. Not representing or imitating external reality or the objects of nature. A painter of abstract pictures. Not representing or imitating external reality or the objects of nature. Not representing or imitating external reality or the objects of nature. A sketchy summary of the main points of an argument or theory. A schematic or preliminary plan. Draw up an outline or sketch for something. Describe roughly or briefly or give the main points or summary of. Sketch the outline of the book. Trace the shape of. The line that appears to bound an object. A sketchy summary of the main points of an argument or theory. Make a summary of. A sketchy summary of the main points of an argument or theory. Make off with belongings of others. Informal terms for money. Any of various types of cabbage. Any of various cultivars of the genus Brassica oleracea grown for their edible leaves or flowers. Make off with belongings of others. Anything that serves as an enticement. Make off with belongings of others. Approach with an offer of sexual favors. Take by theft. A golf shot that curves to the left for a right-handed golfer. He took lessons to cure his hooking. A sharp curve or crook. A shape resembling a hook. To cause, someone or oneself, to become dependent on something, especially a narcotic drug. A mechanical device that is curved or bent to suspend or hold or pull something. Make a piece of needlework by interlocking and looping thread with a hooked needle. Rip off. Ask an unreasonable price. Entice and trap. A basketball shot made over the head with the hand that is farther from the basket. A catch for locking a door. A curved or bent implement for suspending or pulling something. A short swinging punch delivered from the side with the elbow bent. Catch with a hook. Hook a fish. Fasten with a hook. Hit a ball and put a spin on it so that it travels to the left. Hit with a hook. His opponent hooked him badly. Secure with the foot. Hook the ball. Lifting device consisting of a platform or cage that is raised and lowered mechanically in a vertical shaft in order to move people from one floor to another in a building. Raise or haul up with or as if with mechanical help. The act of raising something. He responded with a lift of his eyebrow. Fly people or goods to or from places not accessible by other means. Food is airlifted into Bosnia. Invigorate or heighten. Lift my spirits. Make off with belongings of others. Transportation of people or goods by air, especially when other means of access are unavailable. Rise up. Cancel officially. Lift an embargo. Perform cosmetic surgery on someone's face. Take illegally. A wave that lifts the surface of the water or ground. Put an end to. Lift a ban. Plastic surgery to remove wrinkles and other signs of aging from your face. An incision is made near the hairline and skin is pulled back and excess tissue is excised. Some actresses have more than one facelift. The event of something being raised upward. Raise from a lower to a higher position. Move upwards. Lift one's eyes. Take without referencing from someone else's writing or speech, of intellectual property. The component of the aerodynamic forces acting on an airfoil that opposes gravity. Move upward. The fog lifted. Raise in rank or condition. The new law lifted many people from poverty. A powered conveyance that carries skiers up a hill. A device worn in a shoe or boot to make the wearer look taller or to correct a shortened leg. A ride in a car. He gave me a lift home. Call to stop the hunt or to retire, as of hunting dogs. Make audible. He lifted a war whoop. One of the layers forming the heel of a shoe or boot. Pay off, a mortgage. Remove from a seedbed or from a nursery. Lift the tulip bulbs. Remove from a surface. The detective carefully lifted some fingerprints from the table. Remove, hair, by scalping. Rise upward, as from pressure or moisture. The floor is lifting slowly. Take hold of something and move it to a different location. Lift the box onto the table. Take off or away by decreasing. Lift the pressure. Take root crops out of the ground. Lift potatoes. The act of giving temporary assistance. Make off with belongings of others. Take away to an undisclosed location against their will and usually in order to extract a ransom. Deprive of by deceit. Disable by drugging. Nobble the racehorses. Make off with belongings of others. Irritate as if by a nip, pinch, or tear. The pain is as if sharp points pinch your back. Make off with belongings of others. Cut the top off. A sudden unforeseen crisis, usually involving danger, that requires immediate action. A slight but appreciable amount. Make ridges into by pinching together. The act of apprehending, especially apprehending a criminal. A small sharp bite or snip. A squeeze with the fingers. Squeeze tightly between the fingers. He pinched her behind. An injury resulting from getting some body part squeezed. A painful or straitened circumstance. The pinch of the recession. Make off with belongings of others. Make off with belongings of others. Someone who prowls or sneaks about, usually with unlawful intentions. Make off with belongings of others. Someone acting as an informer or decoy for the police. Marked by quiet and caution and secrecy, taking pains to avoid being observed. A sneak attack. Pass on stealthily. To go stealthily or furtively. Instead of sneaking around spying on the neighbor's house. A person who is regarded as underhanded and furtive and contemptible. Put, bring, or take in a secretive or furtive manner. Sneak a look. Make off with belongings of others. A sweeping stroke or blow. Strike with a swiping motion. Preoccupation with something to the exclusion of all else. The process of formulating general concepts by abstracting common properties of instances. A general concept formed by extracting common features from specific examples. A concept or idea not associated with any specific instance. An abstract painting. The act of withdrawing or removing something. Of or relating to a style of art in which objects do not resemble those known in physical nature. Concerned primarily with theories or hypotheses rather than practical considerations. Theoretical science. Concerned with theories rather than their practical applications. Theoretical physics. Concerned with or suggestive of ideas. Ideological application of a theory. Of or pertaining to or characteristic of an orientation that characterizes the thinking of a group or nation. Indulging in or influenced by fancy. All the notional vagaries of childhood. Being of the nature of a notion or concept. To improve notional comprehension. Not based on fact, existing only in the imagination. To create a notional world for oneself. Not based on fact or investigation. A notional figure of cost helps in determining production costs. Being of the nature of a notion or concept. A plan abstract and conceptual. Being or characterized by concepts or their formation. Conceptual discussions. Of or relating to the philosophical doctrine of the reality of ideas. Model of excellence or perfection of a kind, one having no equal. Conforming to an ultimate standard of perfection or excellence, embodying an ideal. Constituting or existing only in the form of an idea or mental image or conception. A poem or essay may be typical of its period in idea or ideal content. The idea of something that is perfect, something that one hopes to attain. Concerned with or suggestive of ideas. Ideological application of a theory. Being of the nature of a notion or concept. Incapable of being perceived by the senses, especially the sense of touch. Imperceptible to the senses or the mind. An impalpable cloud. Not perceptible to the touch. An impalpable pulse. incapable of being perceived by the senses, especially the sense of touch. The intangible constituent of energy. Lacking substance or reality, incapable of being touched or seen. That intangible thing, the soul. Assets that are saleable though not material or physical. Hard to pin down or identify. An intangible feeling of impending disaster. Of especially business assets, not having physical substance or intrinsic productive value. Intangible assets such as goodwill. Briefly giving the gist of something. A summary formulation of a wide-ranging subject. A brief statement that presents the main points in a concise form. He gave a summary of the conclusions. Performed speedily and without formality. A summary execution.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.